Chapter 1. Please save my father's company. You are listening at famvetv.info. Early in the morning Karen dressed up nicely and got ready to go to a big company. She had struggled for a year to run his father's shipping company, but finally she failed and the company was going to bankrupt. Her father died a year ago and Darren, his assistant, embezzled the company money without her father's notice for a long time. When her father Johnny knew his deed, Brian killed him, then took his money and ran away. Karen used to be a spoiled girl and never worked at her father's company. By the time her father's sudden death, she left alone without knowing what to do next, but still she tried to struggle for a year. Her father used to had 3 ships, but now only 1 ship left and it's broken. She couldn't think anything else and had been stressed out for a week, until one day her secretary told her to try something. Haley told her to ask for help from Josh Wu. He was a reliable man beside her father back then, but someone framed him and got rid of him, but now he is a successful businessman. His shipping company is growing bigger and bigger. He has 5 ships and 1 cruises now. Excuse me, I'd like to meet Mr. Wu please, Karen spoke to the receptionist. May I know who are you? Had you made an appointment before? Karen. No, I hadn't made an appointment before. Please tell your boss I'm Karen Liu. The receptionist. Okay, I'll tell his secretary. After a few minutes, the receptionist. Thank you for waiting Ms. Liu, but we're sorry without appointment before you can't meet our boss now. He has a meeting right now, maybe it will take some time. Karen. It's okay, I can wait. Karen looked around the office. She saw a little coffee shop around the corner. She decided to wait in there. She ordered a cup of cappuccino and a snack. She didn't had her breakfast this morning, just rushed out to Josh's office as early as she could. She went there with high hope. 2 hours had passed. She tried to be patient. She had nothing to do also at her company. 12 o'clock already, it's lunch time now. Karen still patiently wait. She sat on the couch near the door. Some people came out from the elevator. They walked to the main door to had their lunch. A handsome gentleman in his business suit suddenly stopped in front of her. Karen. What are you doing in here? Karen looked up. She saw someone familiar to her. Josh, is it you? Is it really you? I was waiting for you since this morning. They said that you had a meeting and didn't know when will it be over. Josh smirked. Yes, we did had a meeting this morning, but just an hour. Why Lily didn't tell me you came? I'll ask her about this. Now will you join me to have lunch together? Karen smiled. She had starved to death since this morning. Okay, I'll join you. They walked together through the main gate with Josh's assistants also. Josh opened the car's door for Karen and he ordered the driver to their usual place. They went with 2 sedan black cars. Josh tried to break the silence. How are you doing these years? Karen's tried not to look at him. Well, everything went bad ever since my dad died a year ago. I think you've heard him died, right? Josh looked across the window. Yes, I heard about his death. I'm sorry I couldn't come that day. I was in Europe for a month. Karen tried to hold her tears flowing down. It's okay, it was all in the past. The most important thing is now. I want you to save my father's company. I'm sure you'll help me, will you? Josh didn't say a word. He's thinking about what should he tell her. Karen not gave up yet. She asked him again, please save my father's company. I'll do anything you want me to do. I just don't want to see my father's effort went away like that. Josh finally replied her, let me think about it. I'll let you know in this short time. Now just eat some lunch. The car stopped at the Chinese food restaurant. Karen smiled a little. She knew he would help her. Can I have your number? Josh took his wallet and gave her his name card. Karen took the name card to her handbag. They enjoy their lunch with the other Josh assistants. After lunch Josh wanted to send Karen to her office, but she declined. She insisted to drop her at the nearest bus stop. 2 days had passed and no news from Josh. She thought he may be still busy with his work. She waited for 2 more days, but still no news from him. She gathered her courage then to call him. "Hello, can I speak to Mr. Wu please? I'm Karen Lu speaking." Her secretary delivered her call to Josh. "Excuse me sir, Ms. Karen Lu wants to speak to you, do you want to take it?" Josh smiled a little. "Okay, I take it now." "Hello Karen, what's up?" Karen. "Hello Josh, I want to know your answer. Can you help my company?" Josh. "I think we should meet and talk face to face, not in the phone. Tell me when can you meet me, then I can prepare also." Karen smiled passionately, but she wanted to prepare also. "Okay, can we meet at your office 2 days from now?" Josh. "Sure, I'll wait for you then." 2 days later. Karen had waited in his office for 30 minutes, she sat on the sofa in front of his desk. Then Josh came to his office after had meeting with his client. "Hi Karen, had you waited for long? Sorry to make you waiting again." Karen smiled politely. "No, I just came also." "Have you finished with your meeting?" Josh walked and sat to the sofa beside her. "Yes, we've finished." "So what's up?" Karen looked through his eyes, hesitated. "About my offer before, can you help me?" Josh smiled, he stared at her face. "Well, it's not that I don't want to help you, but what will my other shareholders think if I help out competitor?" Karen frowned, looked down and sad. Can you just think a way out looking back to our close relation before?" Josh. "Our close relation? From what I can remember your father was against our relationship and he framed me up then dismissed me. So what will I gain to help you then?" Karen heaved a heavy sigh. "I'm sorry for the past. If you can't help me it's okay then. I'll take my leave now." She stood up and walked through the door. Suddenly Josh called her. "Josh." "Karen, wait. Maybe I still can help you, but I have a condition." Karen turned her back. "Condition? What condition?" Josh smiled and looked through her eyes. "The condition is you should marry me. Can you fulfill it?" Karen's eyes widened. She never thought about this before, she didn't dare to see his face. She couldn't say anything. Her mind went blank suddenly. Josh laughed. "Are you afraid to marry me? Didn't you say you loved me back then? Now your father had died, no one opposed our relation, so what are you waiting for?" Karen woke up from her blankness. "It's not that I'm afraid, it's just we've been separated for some times. I don't know about your current situation. I don't know are you married or not, and I don't know how do you feel about me now." Josh moved closer to her. "I hadn't got married yet, and the one that I want to marry just you since used to be. So, how about you, do you still love me? Will you marry me?" Karen confused with his sudden attack. "How about this, you give me some times to think. I'll consider about your condition. I think I should go now, since we don't have anything to discuss anymore." Karen left his office in a rush, she's confusing about what had just happened. She never expected about the condition Josh would demand. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.